Assalamu alaikum. Have you ever wondered how long a young child manages to take on the responsibility of 5 daily prayers? Today, while you watch me color this beautiful prayer rug, let's dive into the delightful and amusing journey of young Ali and his first prayer rug. Ali was a lively 7-year-old with a boundless imagination and a heart full of curiosity. One sunny afternoon, his father came home with a special gift wrapped in a vibrant cloth. With wide eyes and a beating heart, Ali unwrapped it to unveil his very own prayer rug. It was a stunning blue and gold rug with intricate patterns that seemed to tell a story of their own. As I colored these intricate patterns, imagine Ali's excitement. He was determined to make his 5 daily prayers a habit, and his new rug was going to be his trusty companion. On the first morning, Ali woke up bright and early for Fajr. Well, not exactly bright and early. It was more like a groggy stumble out of bed, with his eyes half closed and his hair sticking up like a hedgehog. His mother had gently shook him awake, whispering, "Time for Fajr, Ali." He rubbed his eyes, yawned, and shuffled over to his prayer rug. Laying it out carefully, he began his prayer. Halfway through, he yawned so wide that he almost swallowed the fly. As he recited the verses, his sleepy mind wandered to the dreams he had just left behind. By the time he was finished, he wasn't sure if he had prayed or just stumbled his way through a dream. Adding some sunrise orange here to capture those early morning struggles, it was clear that Ali had a lot to learn about waking up for Fajr. But he felt a small sense of pride. He had completed his first prayer of the day, even if it was a bit wobbly. Over the next few mornings, Ali's struggle with Fajr continued. There were days when he'd almost fall back asleep in the middle of his prayer, swaying slightly on his rug like a tiny sleepy tree. His mother would often find him in amusing positions, sometimes still in sajda, softly snoring. It became a little game in the household. What funny position would Ali be in today? Next came Dhuhr. Ali had just come back from school. His backpack still slung over one shoulder and his stomach was grumbling loudly. He rushed to lay out his prayer rug, eager to get his prayer done so he could eat. The delicious smell of his mother's cooking was wafting from the kitchen, making his mouth water. As he began to pray, he tried to focus, but his mind kept drifting to the thought of warm, fluffy bread and savory stew. His prayer turned into a hurried mumble, and he finished with a speedy "Ameen" before dashing off to the kitchen, almost tripping over his own feet. I'm shading in some light blue here to represent that delicious aroma. Ali's stomach had quite the influence on his prayer speed that day, but even in his haste, he felt happy knowing he was keeping up with his prayers. Dhuhr during the weekends was another story. Without school to rush back from, Ali would find himself in various situations before prayer. One Saturday, he was in the backyard, deeply engrossed in a bug safari, capturing ants and examining them like a mini entomologist. When the call to prayer rang out, he ran inside, ants and all. As he spread out his rug and began to pray, he could feel the tiny trickles of the ants exploring his pockets. Trying to keep a straight face during prayer with ants munching around was no easy task. Asr time was another adventure. Ali was in the middle of an intense video game session, battling dragons and collecting treasures. The call to prayer echoed through the house, and Ali reluctantly paused his game. He laid out his drugs, but his mind was still in the game world. Instead of saying Allahu Akbar, he accidentally said, "Level up." His eyes widened in shock, and he quickly corrected himself, but couldn't help but giggle at his own mistake. Trying to regain his focus, he continued his prayer, though his thoughts occasionally slipped back to the game's final boss he was about to defeat. I'm adding some vibrant greens now to reflect the energy and mischief in Ali's little slip-up. Even in his prayers, his playful spirits shone through. He knew he needed to concentrate better, but he also enjoyed the humor in his journey. On other days, Asr would find Ali in even more amusing scenarios. One afternoon, he was building a fort in the living room with cushions, blankets, and anything he could find. When it was time for Asr, he decided to make his fort his prayer space. He squeezed his prayer rug into the tiny space and prayed inside his fort. It felt like a secret, cozy hideout, and Ali loved every second of it. Maghrib was a family affair. As the sun set, Ali's parents gathered around in the living room with everybody in the family, and they all prayed together. Ali felt a sense of unity and pride being part of this family ritual. Halfway through the prayer, his little sister Amina, who had just learned to crawl, decided that Ali's back was a perfect mountain to conquer. She crawled onto him, giggling, and Ali tried to stay focused while balancing his sister. The gentle laughter of his siblings and the loving presence of his parents made the moment both challenging and heartwarming. I'm incorporating some soft pinks to symbolize the warmth and joy of family prayers. Despite the interruptions, Ali cherished these moments. He realized that prayer wasn't just about the words, it was also about the love and connection with his family. As the days went by, Maghrib became a time Ali looked forward to. It was a time to share stories, laugh, and sometimes even a little snack before bed. One evening, after finishing their prayers, the family sat together, enjoying some dates and milk. Ali, with a mischievous grin, tried to juggle the dates, causing everyone to burst into laughter. It was these little moments that made Maghrib special. Finally, it was time for Isha. Ali was already in his pajamas, feeling sleepy but determined. He laid out his rug, feeling a sense of accomplishment for having completed all his prayers that day. Just as he started, he heard a soft snoring sound. Looking down, he saw his cat Fluffy curled up into the corner of his rug and dreaming away. Ali gently nudged Fluffy off, trying not to laugh at the sight. As he continued his prayer, he felt a deep sense of peace and satisfaction. He had made it through all 5 prayers, each one a little adventure of its own. Ali's journey with Isha wasn't without its quirks. Some nights he'd be so tired that he'd start praying and then find himself dozing off while standing. His parents would gently wake him, and he'd finish a prayer with a sleepy but proud smile. Other nights, he'd recite the verses with such enthusiasm that he'd get a little too loud, causing his parents to peek in and chuckle at his fervor. As I color the final details here, think of Ali filled with determination and a bit of humor, making his prayers a habit. He knew it wasn't always going to be easy, but with his trusty prayer rug and a lot of laughter, he was ready to take on the challenge. So, next time you see a young one with their prayer rug, remember Ali's journey and his funny little mishaps. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe to my channel for more heartwarming and hilarious tales. Let's keep coloring our lives with faith and laughter. Until next time, stay blessed and keep smiling.